1923 was a very busy year in railway development in Britain, exactly 100 years ago. So there's a few centenaries coming up. That's got to be worth celebrating. The 4073 class, also known as the Castles, were one of the most powerful locomotives of the Great Western Railway. I think the Kings were more powerful, but the Kings were also very heavy, so they weren't as versatile as the Castles. They couldn't go on as many lines. The Castles were designed by Charles Collett, and there were 155 built. The last one being built, they were built over a period of time. The last one was 1950. Before the Castles came the Stars. In fact, there were 12 Stars converted into Castles. Basically the same locomotive. I think the Castle had a bigger boiler. Well, you can actually, if these models are accurate, you can tell the boiler is bigger on the Castle. Well, the Stars, the so-called Stars, there weren't very many of them that were Stars. It was because the first one was Lodestar. The Stars were designed by Churchward. We're looking here, this is a Hornby model of 4018 Knight of the Grand Cross. Well, in 1924 there was an exhibition, the British Empire exhibition at Wembley, and the GWR said, "We've got the best locomotive, it's the Castle." And the LNER said, "We've got the best locomotive, it's the A1. Brackets, Flying Scotsman, close brackets. So, just for a bit of fun, they swapped, and number 4073 Pendennis Castle swapped places with A1 number 4474 Victor Wilde for trials in April 1925, and the Castle was found to outperform its rival in almost all aspects of what was measured. How about that? Cadbury Castle, number 7028. This is actually a Hornby model that used to be Airfix. So it has a motor in the locomotive, not the tender, but it's quite old, and the motor is the Airfix motor that's a little bit noisy. But the model itself is nicely detailed. I do like this model. And finally, after the Castles came the County's second time round. The County's second time round were 460s, designed by Hawksworth. The County's first time round were 440s, designed by Churchward. Well, this is number 1010 County of Carnarvon in the Great Western livery that came just after the Second World War, before the Great Western Railway became part of British Railways in 1948. Well, this is another Hornby locomotive that used to be Airfix with a noisy Airfix motor in the loco. But still, nice to look at, and it runs okay. Speaking of running, shall we do that?